Hey Tarot Tribe, and welcome back to Tarot. So in today's video we'll be diving into another one of the minor arcana cards of the deck of the Tarot, and we'll be talking about the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands card falls in the category of the suit of wands under the minor arcana cards of the Tarot. So the minor arcana cards represent our daily emotional, mental and physical aspects of a person at the present, which lay the grounds for our futures. The suit of wands of the Tarot contains 14 cards, and this card is actually the 10th card in the suit of wands of the Tarot. So in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the 10 of wands card shows a man carrying a large bundle of sticks towards a nearby town, which is located at a short distance. The heavy load of the sticks seems to be weighing him down tremendously, but he knows deep down that he has almost reached his destination and will soon be able to release the heavy weight he has been bearing. So when the Ten of Wands card appears in a tarot card reading, it symbolizes a time in which you have taken on a responsibility which is heavier than what you are capable of, and even though this is a heavy weight that seems to be weighing you down and is difficult to carry, you are still going on, as you know deep down this is all temporary and this too shall pass. It signals a time in which you are putting in all the efforts to achieve your goal, and you are putting in tons of work now that is likely to help you and favor you in all your future endeavors in this life. For some, this card can also signify the final push towards the end of a challenge. It shows that you are nearing your finish line and you are well on your path to seeing your dreams come into your reality. There are high chances that you might be completely exhausted, but don't fret, for the finish line is in sight and you will be very successful when you reach there. This card can also signify an achievement that comes with responsibility and commitments. So perhaps you've recently been promoted and find yourself in some sort of leadership position, and perhaps now the responsibility of this new role might be making you feel very burdened. But this card is also one of hope, for it asks you here to perhaps delegate your responsibilities to those who are there to help you, and to make sure you take some time to enjoy the outside life, to make sure that things are all getting done properly and you don't feel very overwhelmed and exhausted at all times. So when this card appears in the upright position for a love-related reading, it can signal a time in which you might be feeling very overburdened by your current relationship. Perhaps you feel like your partner is taking you for granted, or you're currently feeling very emotionally and mentally overwhelmed. For some, it can also signal a time in which you are loaded with all the responsibility of doing things for your partner to preserve the relationship. So perhaps there's no sort of teamwork and you're taking on a much heavier load than your partner. You seem to have both found yourself in a position where there's no fun and excitement, and instead this relationship is starting to just feel like an obligation to someone else. For those who are single, it can suggest a time in which you do not have the energy to go out and date someone new, as you are too burdened currently with your own struggles in your professional life, perhaps with your career, or maybe even with your family. If this card is pulled for a career-related reading in the upright position, it can signify a time in which stress is clouding your mind and you are overloaded and burdened with so many responsibilities in your day-to-day life. It can symbol a time in which you have perhaps taken on more than you can handle, and all the new projects that are now on your plate seem to have left you with very low batteries and you're struggling to complete them. You might be feeling very exhausted, drained and irritated, and you lack the energy to push forward to achieve your goals. For some, on the financial front, this card can actually symbolize a time of financial burdens and struggling to cope with family expenses and debt, which can mentally drain you as well. So now I want to talk a little bit more about the Ten of Wands card in the reverse position during a tarot card reading. So when this card appears here in the reverse position during a tarot card reading, it can also symbolize a time of complete burnout. Perhaps you're trying to do everything for everyone, and now you've taken on too many responsibilities and it's making it very hard for you to cope. In the reverse position, this card can also assure one that the challenges which you have been bearing and going through will soon pass, and you will be feeling light and worthy of all the goodness that life has to offer very soon. If this card is pulled in the reverse position for a love-related reading, it can symbolize a time in which perhaps the overloading of work in terms of your career has negatively impacted your partnership, and you and your partner might be on the verge of breaking up. And therefore, this card appearing here asks you to trim back on some of your responsibilities so that you have more fun time and relaxation time to spend some solace moments with your partner. For others, it can symbolize a time in which your partner is actually taking up some of your responsibilities to share the load and to stay connected to you. For those who are single, it can actually symbolize a time in which you are finally letting go of all the burdens of your past, and this has left the load much lighter, and now you finally have the time to go forth and to enter the dating world all over again. If this card is pulled in the reverse position for a career-related reading, it can symbolize a time in which excess burden and responsibility is sinking into you. It can symbolize a time in which you've been able to make sure the excess burdens and responsibilities that have been placed on you have been delegated to others around you so that you can lessen your own personal burdens. You have found a way to cut down on the pressures of life, and you have taken the time to prioritize yourself, and you've decided to follow this path to reduce the imbalance in your own life. If this card is pulled in the reverse position for a health-related reading, it can symbolize a time in which perhaps you've been ignoring some really serious signs and symptoms, and now's the time you need to seek professional help before an illness swallows and destroys you completely. For in doing so, it will actually prevent your symptoms from worsening, and your health will begin to improve. And so that was all I have to say about the Ten of Wands tarot card. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you found the video very interesting and informative. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with some of your friends in the tarot community. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care and bye for now.